former Delta State Governor and ex-convict James Ibori masterminds plea bargain between President Tinubu and Emefiele. Hello everyone, welcome to newsspottv. The reports gathered that James Ibori, who was himself accused of multi-million fraud in the UK and spent time in prison, is presently working behind the scenes for Emefiele to plead to lesser charges and get released. Let's get into the news properly. The ongoing plea bargaining efforts by the embattled suspended governor of the Cbn, Gov Emefiele, and the Nigerian government is being arranged by former Delta State Governor and UK ex-convict James Ibori, who has become one of President Bola Tinubu's allies. It was further gathered that Ibori, who was himself accused of this fraud in the UK, is presently doing all his best and ensuring to get the listening ear of the president on this matter. It was reported on Wednesday that the Fundamental Human Rights Enforcement Suite filed against the DSS and the Attorney General of the Federation at the High Court of Federal Capital Territory Abuja by two brothers of Emefiele had been withdrawn. The court's vacation judge, Justice Emmanuel Okpe, has struck out the suit on Wednesday after the applicants, through their lawyers, informed the court of their decision to discontinue the case. It was also earlier reported that the trial of the embattled former Cbn governor was on Wednesday stalled at the High Court of FCT following his plan to enter into plea bargain to get soft landing, according to sources. Emefiele is facing 20 counts of conspiracy and procurement fraud leveled against him by President Bola Tinubu. He was on July 17, 2023, brought to court under very tight security. He was scheduled to be arraigned today and take his plea before the presiding judge, Justice Hamza Muazu, but the case was not listed in the case list. No official reason was given by the court or the lawyers, but findings by reporters revealed that Emefiele had begun to enter into plea bargaining with the prosecution in line with the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, ACJA 2015. It was learned from lawyers involved in the case that Emefiele opted to enter into plea bargaining with the prosecution team. Top sources on Thursday informed that Ibori was the mastermind of the plea bargaining scam by the Cbn governor. This plea bargain scam between the FG and Emefiele is being arranged by Ibori. He is arranging for Emefiele to plead to lesser charges and get released. He is arranging for him to forfeit an incomplete building in Abuja and pay a fine of 10 million naira, one of the sources disclosed. Earlier, the suspended Cbn governor's siblings, George Emefiele and Okanta Emefiele, had filed separate ex parte motions at the courts seeking order of the courts to enforce their fundamental rights to freedom of movement, amongst others, by issuing perpetual injunction restraining the DSS from inviting, intimidating, harassing, and arresting or detaining Emefiele. However, at the resumed hearing on the case on Wednesday, counsel for the applicant, Grace Ihusani, informed the court that the applicant separately filed notice of discontinuance of the case. The lawyer, however, did not explain to the court why the applicants decided to discontinue the case. The counsel for the DSS, Ibrahim Awo, who did not oppose the discontinuance applications by Emefiele's brothers, however, urged the court to dismiss the case instead of striking it out as requested by the applicant's counsel. The DSS counsel also demanded a substantial cost of 2 million naira against the applicants in favor of the respondent. The counsel for the AGF, Maimuna Lamiseru, also concurred with the submission of the DSS counsel and also demanded a 2 million naira cost. Justice Okpe, in his ruling, struck out the case and ordered that no cost should be paid by the applicant. So this is the newest revelation about how the case of the embattled and embarrassed Cbn governor, Gov Emefiele, has been going, and Nigerians can never forget in a hurry how much effect the last policy, we can call it the last policy, that was executed, badly executed by Godwin Emefiele during the administration of ex-president Muhammadu Buhari. Now, it's been also made into memes online of how Emefiele has become a prophet or a pastor, or should we say a bishop, carrying a Bible to the court case and looking very sober. In one of his appearances as well, the very last one, he was seen hiding from the cameras, keeping his face to the ground and making calls. Nigeria will not forget in a hurry how our businesses, that were already standing on one foot, actually collapsed with the poorly implemented, poorly executed, and evil-minded way of changing of Naira, where everything was already down. Now, with the discontinuance of the case and appealing for consideration on this, do you think that Ibori will be able to strike the scam deal of plea bargaining on behalf of Emefiele to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? We would like to hear your comments. Please drop it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next video. May God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.